Hey everybody, this is today's workout for you. Try to keep it even shorter than the last one. So the warm-up today is you're gonna set it for 5 rounds, 30 seconds on each movement. So each round will take a whole minute, but you're gonna do 30 seconds running in place with high knees. Now, if you didn't want to run, you could stand and do high knees. Otherwise, you really want to get the heart rate up and going. 30 seconds of that, followed by a deep squat hold. So we're gonna come down into your deep squat and hold for 30 seconds, okay? And just get comfortable in that position. Remember on your squat that it's a hip dominant movement, meaning your hips gotta go back, okay? We don't want those knees going too far forward. So do 5 rounds of that, 30 seconds each, followed by 3 rounds of 30 mountain climbers and 30 jumping jacks. Now the mountain climbers, let me angle this down a little bit. The mountain climbers is from a push-up position like such, and you drive the knees in one at a time, and you can get this going pretty fast if you want to. 30 mountain climbers, nice straight spine position, followed by 30 jumping jacks. We'll be back up. Remember, we're going all the way up with the posture and all the way down. And that's for 3 rounds. I know you can't see the board, so I'll just let you know. Remember to print out your email if you need to. Following that, we have a Tabata. And a Tabata is just a simple way of saying we're gonna do an interval of 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. So I do recommend downloading on your cell phone a Tabata timer. There's bazillions of free ones, and it'll just time it for you. Otherwise, keep a stopwatch and just look at it. You have to do the work for 20 seconds. You only have 10 seconds to switch. Now we're gonna be switching between doing a hollow hold and an elbow plank. I'll show you the hollow hold first. Let me angle this down again. We're kind of turning our body into like this crescent shape. So we're gonna be laying on our back. We're gonna lift up kind of into like a semi-half crunch and also lift our feet off the ground at the same time. So let me show you that. We're gonna come up with the chest and our feet come off the ground. Now what makes this difficult is we have to hold it, but we also wanna have our hands above our head. Not up toward the ceiling, hands above the head. When that 20 seconds is over, rest, flip it over. You'll be doing a plank for 20 seconds. And I do wanna try an elbow plank. Make sure that our spine is nice and straight. We're not going up in the butt or sinking the hips down. So try the elbow plank just like this. If for any reason we need to do it on the hands instead of an elbow, that is fine if something is needing to be modified. Again, 20 seconds at a time, 10 seconds to switch. All in all, there's 8 rounds, so you'll be doing 4 of each back and forth. Okay, moving on. I divided today's workout with lower body and then an upper body and then a cool down. So I'll show you the lower body work. We're gonna be doing some dumbbell front squats. So we're gonna have those dumbbells up and posture up with our shoulders. We're gonna set it, give me a second. We're gonna set those dumbbells here, okay? And we wanna make sure those elbows stay forward, not down. Come deep into that squat and back up. So there's 12 of those. We're gonna do also deadlifts. So we're gonna take those dumbbells, slide them down until they're in the middle of the shin, right back up. Look at my spine, it doesn't bend, I don't arch, I don't stick the butt out too far, okay? Keep your core tight, let it come down, nice flat back, all the way up till you're about the mid shin. Now we're gonna do this with dumbbells. If you prefer a barbell, if your dumbbells aren't heavy enough, you could use a bar if you have that equipment as well, okay? We're doing 15 reps, so that's kind of a high rep motion. And then lastly, we're doing a glute bridge with a lateral toe tap. Again, I'll have to angle this down for you. Now, the glute bridge is something that we've done last time, but this is one way we're gonna change it up. We're gonna hold that glute bridge, so posture up into the glute bridge, and you're gonna lift a leg, tap out to the side, right back in, tap out and in, okay? So I show you that side view. Remember, we're tall in the glute bridge, tap out, tap in, without letting your butt come down. And that's the lower body. We got 3 rounds to do of that. The reps again, 12 front squats, 15 of the deadlifts, and we got 20 total lateral toe touches. So every time a foot goes out the side, you count that as 1 rep, okay? Our upper body, we have a floor dumbbell chest press. It's just like doing a bench press. So we're gonna lay on our floor instead of on a bench and do our dumbbell presses. Now here's a great view. We're gonna have our elbows start here. We don't want our elbows out to the side while we do that push, okay? So it's about a nice gap in between our shoulders, or in between the side of our body and our elbow. It's gonna be the strong position for our shoulders. Follow all the way through and back down. Now since we're on the floor with the dumbbell chest press, we're not gonna have that full range of motion that you would get on a machine or on a bench. We can only go down as far as our arms will hit the ground. So that's as far as it'll let us, and then back up there. So it's a little bit different. It might be a little bit more difficult because we can't get that full range of motion and we stop pretty much halfway through, okay? So that's the dumbbell chest press. We're doing a push press overhead. Now if you have the barbell, you can have that option to use the barbell as well. Either way, the push press, we're gonna start the weights at the shoulder, elbows underneath. We're gonna use a little bit of a leg action to help thrust the weights above overhead. Make sure you have full extension. Come right back down to that starting position. Okay, if you have a barbell, you could use a barbell. Otherwise, dumbbells are working. Press up, back down. That's the push press. Remember, engage your core the entire time so we don't lean back on that push press. We don't want to see any of this. Okay? Not great for your back. There are 15 of those. It's the same rep scheme, 12, 15, and 20. So we'll get to the 20 is T-plank rotations, and that's the last thing I gotta explain for you. Let me rotate this down again. So the T-plank is starting in a push-up position. Now some people prefer to rotate their feet with it, some do not. All we're gonna do is reach up one hand toward the ceiling. My toes are still on the floor. Bring it right back down to that. Now go opposite side. And back down. This is modifiable by being on our knees, okay? So you can reach up with the knee and back down and do both sides. That's 20 total, so every time you reach your arm up toward the ceiling, that counts as 1, okay? Try not to reach back. We're gonna turn that whole torso, right? So you can see, I completely turned my body, reach up to the ceiling and back down, okay? 20 of those total. Next is the cool down. So we're gonna do 1 minute of each. We're gonna do a hamstring stretch, a butterfly stretch, and a wall stretch. So the hamstrings, either on the floor at the sit and reach. Okay, there's also a good lower back stretch. Sit and reach for 1 minute, or I prefer putting your foot on something higher, and like a countertop or table, and stretching that way while you stand instead of sitting down. That way you know it's a true hamstring stretch. The butterfly stretch is both feet come soles together. We're gonna try to relax those knees down to the side, okay? At the same time, we're gonna have good tall posture. Try not to slouch while we're doing this. Good posture, knees go out to the side, okay? 1 minute on that. And then the wall stretch, rotate this up. It's an overhead stretch. So we're gonna put our hands on a wall, okay? Hands are on the wall, and what we're gonna do is sink the chest down and hips come back. And we're gonna let those hands kind of slide down a little bit, but our arms are gonna be pushed up like this for a good stretch through our lats, okay? And you're gonna get a good shoulder stretch. So, get your hands on the wall, hold down, okay? Your chest is gonna come lower to the floor. And have fun with it, okay? Modify as you need. Again, we do have barbell options here. Just make sure that we engage the core if you're gonna go a little bit heavier.